back to my channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. And today, I'm going to be giving advice for people who want to audition but not sure of their abilities or talents. Sorry, let me just catch my breath. I was running to get my laptop from downstairs. And I asked my fans on Facebook and Instagram to send a clip of their videos of singing or dancing or rapping. Basically, I'm just going to give some advice to them and how they can improve or things like that. First person, I'll play the clip.
나의 두 눈을 감으면 떠오르는 그 눈동자 자꾸 가슴이 시렸어 이제 지길 바랬어 꿈이라면 이제 깨어났으면 제발 정말 네가 나의 운명인 걸까 넌 falling you.
Okay, so first thing, she chose a Korean song, which actually I wouldn't really go for if you weren't fluent in Korean, but she actually did a great job of pronouncing. Maybe it could use a bit more work, but yeah, it looks pretty good. And the only thing I would have to say for this is that it really sounds like a struggle to reach her high notes. It doesn't really sound good when you're struggling to reach those high notes because you want to show that you can do this easily and it's like natural for you. This song really suits you well, but if you maybe want to, change to a song that has a lower range. The very ending was really good. I really liked that part. So if you could just maybe make it in that kind of flow. I know this song is a ballad and it could be hard to control your voice to make it sound more louder or softer. Of course you have to make it soft, but I think it could be a bit more loud just to show that you do have power in your voice. And I think that's also really important because you don't want to be really quiet. That also contributes to confidence. If you're more quiet, it kind of sounds like you're more nervous. And that's not a very good trait to have, so I think I would work on that. Next person, I'll play the clip.
그토록 확신내준 눈빛 너도 알아 주부감들 할 수 있어 우린 내 꿈은 현실이 됐고 이제 난 자유롭게 fly oh 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 yeah.
So the first thing I noticed in this video, it was very good overall, but I think you could control more of your power again, but like where you breathe, because it's kind of obvious where you're breathing and it sounds very uncontrolled, I guess. I think you could set up places where you can breathe so it sounds a bit more natural, and preferably places where they have a rest or things like that. Yeah, control where you're resting and when you're breathing, and don't like breathe too loud because it can interfere with your singing and make it seem more low quality, which isn't good. And I think the pronunciation, wow, these pronunciations are so good. Like these people are not Korean, but I think they could really be fluent in Korean if they wanted to. And also keep in mind, guys, that the clips the clips should be around 30 seconds, and these people have already done a great job of that, so keep that in mind. And another thing I would say to this person is that the first part, I think when she first tried to hit the high note, it didn't really sound natural and a bit forced, I guess, so maybe make it more natural by practicing more. And if it's really a trouble and you don't think you can hit that high note, please do not choose that song. Please just choose another song that you can control. And it doesn't mean that if you can reach a higher note, you're better at singing. So it really just depends on your style and how you sing it. If you can reach really high notes, that's great. It's actually giving you more of an advantage, but it doesn't matter too much, if you know what I mean. Next person.
Wise men say only fools trust in, for I can't help falling in love with you, like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes.
did an amazing job of choosing a song that was her style, and I think it really suits her well. But the only thing I would kind of fix is to have more of a clear pronunciation. The high notes, or the high notes, I guess, they're not really that high, but I think they're really good. I think that it was okay to sing like an English song, because she said that her Korean pronunciation wasn't very good. And it is okay to sing an English song, definitely. In fact, if you're not good at Korean, please do not sing it. It sounds cringy, it sounds unprofessional actually, and it just doesn't make it sound very good. And yeah, so just to pronounce your lyrics more clearly, and I think her facial expressions were pretty good too. Maybe add a bit more, but then don't overdo it, because then that also looks cringy. Yeah, it's basically really hard to just make it at a perfect level, but that's what I would say. And yeah, this clip was actually a minute long. I just shortened it, but make it 30 seconds, guys. Next person. I'm not finished with the clip yet, but I have to say her intro was at least like 2 minutes, and that is way too long. Keep it 5 seconds. Just say your name and your title. In fact, you don't even have to introduce yourself. I wouldn't really recommend doing that because it just wastes their time more. This is way too long. Try to shorten it a bit more. Just your name, where you're from, what you're gonna sing or dance. I think that would be best. And also her. I hate to say this, but I think her Korean pronunciation definitely needs work. And in fact, if you're still working on your pronunciation and you don't think it sounds that great, then scrap it. You don't even need an introduction in Korean or English, whatever language you're comfortable with, do that. Because they want to see what type of person you are, and don't try to fake it. I'm not saying this person is really, really bad, but it's just kind of difficult to hear. Yeah, so just keep it short and simple. The person in here wore a jacket, but it looks like it's actually distracting her dancing because it looks a bit heavy. Try to wear something that sticks to you or is comfortable, that doesn't really distract with your dancing. It doesn't have to be too fancy, just whatever you're comfortable with. Some people have even auditioned with their school uniform. It was singing, so I guess that's kind of different. But it just shows that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. The first thing I would say for this person is have more clear moves. It just doesn't seem very clean, I guess. And I, for one, love clean moves. I think clean moves are one of the most important things when it comes to dancing. And she doesn't really have that too much. Like sometimes she'll do it, but then it's very irregular. So I think keeping that in mind is important. She choreographed this by herself, and I think that's amazing. It looks very good. The choreography itself, but just to make it a bit more clear and clean, the moves. And an easy tip for that would be to practice the move like one by one, like every second. See how each move like connects with one another, and maybe some places need to be more smooth, or some places need to be more clear and precise, like the exact angle or whatever maybe. Behind her there was a cat at one point, but I think it's not very good to have distractions. A clear wall should do it. And another thing is that her video is way too long. It's kind of like her introduction, but it's 4 minutes, the dancing itself. And like I said, keep it 30 seconds. I know it seems like really short and it's like, are you sure that's enough? But yeah, it is. They're not gonna have time to see it all. In fact, they might even ignore it if it's too long because they think it's a waste of their time. So just choose a part of the song that you think is the best or suits you best, or whatever you think that you did best in, or like a highlight. Say if you're a vocalist, then I think you should go for like the high notes. If you're good at that, then definitely go for like the end of the song where you can show your high notes. Or if you're a dancer, maybe like the dance break, or maybe you just really like the chorus and you think you did that very well. Because obviously, in a song, you're gonna have some parts that aren't that great, but some parts are gonna be really good. and it's gonna be like your style, like showing your true style and your true dance moves. I think that's very important. Thank you for watching my video, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'm sorry if I was a bit harsh, maybe, but I just wanted to get my point across, and you know, giving compliments every single time is not going to help you improve, so these were constructive feedback, I'd like to think. If you want to be a part of this series, make sure to leave a comment down below. You can send it through my Instagram or my Facebook. It's just Luvie_Irene, and I'd love to have you guys in the series. I think this is really fun and educational for those who are trying to become an idol. If you're too shy to share your voice or your dance moves on this channel, that's fine too. Thank you for watching my video, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to watch the other videos about K-pop auditioning and tips and stuff like that. Bye! Wow, this was a long video. It's 18 minutes.